Hi Aquarius, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Aquarius, this is your general reading starting today on the 14th of January 2021. I'm just going to jump straight in there and see what is going on for you. I've set the time frame to somewhere mid-January to mid-February. So it's for the next coming 4 weeks or so, give or take. So I'm starting with this deck to just get an overall energy to see what's going on for you. And then we're going to go into these other decks and just clarify a whole lot more. And then we have an extended in the end if you feel that you resonate with the message. And if you're interested, obviously. Energy. Oh, I didn't even see that happen so fast. Something flipped but didn't come out. Aquarius. Overall energy, please. And all the decks that I'm using I've listed down below if you're interested in that. Wow. I was gonna say I'm gonna die. I'm so dramatic. I'm gonna die if the same cards comes out again. But it wasn't. The exact same cards came out for both Sagittarius and Capricorn. This is something different though. Very different though. Aquarius, I mean, we're in your Happy New Year, by the way. I don't feel like I've said that ever since we had the New Year. This is like the most beautiful upgrade. This is I see it immediately with the dragonfly there and the deep knowledge. That's really profound cards, and we're not in your immediate we're not in Aquarian times right now, but we are in the age of Aquarius since the shift of Saturn and Jupiter coming together on the 21st of December. So there is a lot of movement, a lot of activity going on for you specifically, probably a lot of awakening happening. And if we start with this dragonfly, I mean, this is just my most, if there's anything like the most spiritual card, I think that this is it. Because it's a hybrid of the lower and the higher. Like we come together and creating a new species, like a new DNA altogether. So it is called a dragonfly. Live life to the fullest. And I was like, I just realized something a little bit creepy. Because from one point, it sort of doesn't look like it's her hand. She looks a little bit more pale. And then, like right here, there's like a dark hand coming out of the... But that's probably her hand. It's like and the light just falls differently here. It looked a little bit creepy. So I don't know what that is. Like a hand coming out from somewhere. That is a little bit creepy. Let's see if there's anything about that. I mean, I don't believe in luck or chance. So there's always maybe you're afraid of something that really, and then it turns out it was just a reflection of something. So let's see what that is about. The dragonfly that in this particular image is not actually a dragonfly, and you see that. That is a dragon with fly wings. So that's the hybrid. That's why I call this my hybrid card, because it's a dragonfly. We blended two species together, and we get next level. So it's really beautiful. It's also very much like Mother Earth, New Earth, very earthy feeling. And then this deep knowledge, seek knowledge. It's like you is a new spiritual path. This is something opening up for you, like perhaps like psychic abilities, understanding more and more, going deeper and deeper within, understanding more and more of your own magical abilities, understanding. I mean, we're just a bunch of beings walking around. Probably we're talking about how we use 10% of our brain capacity and so forth. I believe that we probably have only scratched the surface of what we're capable of doing. We're walking around very numb, I would say. And I'm not talking about like how we are a corpse, or like, of course there's people living their lives to the fullest and really enjoying themselves and really having a lot of passion in their life. But in terms of creatively, what we're what we are capable of doing. In my knowing, I just know that we've just scratched the surface here. So there's something about finding out more, getting more knowledge, and I think that this knowledge is about your own spiritual growth, the deeper knowing from like within yourself. We're going to see as we move on here what we're going to find about this. So, Aquarius for the upcoming time frame. What can we give Aquarius, please? And I'm using these most flip, but it didn't come out. Number 11, portal situation, brand new, double new beginnings. By the book. There's something an ancestral feeling here with the elephants, passing wisdom down. Yeah, I'm using this new deck by Colette and Reid that I got from one of my sisters for Christmas. I absolutely adore it. I'm learning to work with it and learning more as I go. Not so much by the book, but just to get acquainted with a new deck, because mainly I get my messages intuitively. So for Aquarius, it takes a little bit of time, I feel like, to get the right cards out. So you might feel like there's a little bit of waiting period right now. Oh, the thinker. Yeah, this indicates that you're a little bit more up in your head, and it's an inspiration to say, use your passions, use your creativity, use your imagination a bit more, drop down in your heart, practice being more in your heart than you are in your mind, in your head, in your intellect. This is about like trying to figure something out that has like a deeper, it already I know I'm gonna get so much like you're not gonna agree. I'm hugely generalizing right now, okay? Don't shoot the messenger here. It's actually not the messenger. That's actually me just saying this analogy. Okay, get on with it. You know how certain guys, because I don't see most women do this. Do you know how most guys, they just, they get some sort of new set of whatever bookshelf to put together, or like an electronic device to put together, or we bought this new thing, how do we make it work? Well, there's actually an instruction manual that comes with it. I don't need that. I'm going to throw that out. I'm not going to read how it actually explains word for word how to help you put this together. No, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to throw that out. It's not, it's like it's not fair. It's not game to use the instruction manual. And this is something about like, okay, so we have something very profound going on here. We have this dragonfly and this deep knowing in like next level species going on here. Like you're in the age of Aquarius, we're shifting. We're going into something way deeper, something way more sophisticated is the word that I want to use. Finding out your magical powers, basically. And so it's something really, really profound going on. We have the number 44, which speaks about a heart matter twice. Like it's the deepening of the heart. It's the understanding of the heart, that the heart is not just a blood pumping around your blood in your body. It's like so much more. And it's a set for new foundation. It's also a double 4, which could be like a mirroring situation. If we reduce it, or if we add those up, we have a number 8, which is all about the infinity. It's endless possibilities. Is strong manifestation, that whatever you are trying to achieve right now or trying to get into, you're manifesting it. But there's a way, way, way easier way to get to that point. Way, way more fun way to get to that point. And how you get into this new excuse me. A little sip of coffee there outside the camera. The way you get there, the way you get to this profound and deeper knowing, deeper sense, is that you don't think your way there. You just have to drop the thinking and start to feel. And Aquarius, you're all over the place because we have all those stars there. 5 clear stars, but as I did that, it was 4. And the 5 stars, maybe it's a 5-star resort, 5-star situation here. We go into a 5-star like upgrade. It's the best of the best. And it's like, it is Aquarius because the star represents Aquarius. The star represents wish fulfillment, freedom, getting to that next level. But the way you get there is not through thinking, it's through your heart. So you need to drop down in your heart a bit. Can we clarify this thinker, please? This really wants to come out, so I'm going to take it. Wow, peace 13, which adds up to number 4 again. So like your heart is having a run for its money. It's the second time that I've used that expression. That's so interesting. Not in a million years or ever. Same. Have I used the expression run for your money? I used that for another sign quite recently, like it was a run for their money. I don't know where that comes from and why I use it. Yeah, your heart is getting a little bit, I don't want to use the word lesson because it's like you're not here to learn any lessons. You're not here to like, we're not in school, and if you get good grades or if you pass the lessons, if you pass the test, you're gonna get to heaven. You know, it's, for me, it's just, that is just bull crap. Sorry. It's growth. Yes. We're here. We're creating evolution with every thought that we have. That's quite a profound statement. We're creating with evolution with every thought that we have. And it's like we go into deeper and deeper depth of everything all the time. If you want to feel like that is a lesson, like, okay, lesson learned. I've attracted this situation and I've grown exponentially from it. There's a lot of evolution here. There's a lot of smarts coming from it. It felt like a lesson, yes, but it's not the universe assigning you to any lessons that you should learn. Having that said, it probably feels like you're being run through the school of lessons right now, because it's the third 4 that is coming. We have 4, and then we have the 13 that is death, basically, transforming into life. So there's something old that needs to crumble and die, and then we're going to go into the new, where you will find ultimate peace. I don't feel like you're quite there yet. But this is where you're headed. This is a clarification of the 44 card. It's a clarification that you're gonna reach peace within after this journey. Let's call it a journey instead. After this journey is done, and I don't mean this journey as in your lifetime. I mean this journey as for right now, with some sort of upgrade or some sort of ascension with your whole freaking DNA system, or your like heart. Your heart is ascending. On the bottom it says, release the past. There is a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. Surrender. 13 is all about surrender. Divine feminine surrender. Transforming from death to life into something new. And what was the other card? Wow, I love this card. Really fought to come out. I love that. I was like, really tried to put it back, and it was like it almost stuck to my hand. Like, oh, I'm gonna come. I want to come. This is so beautiful. This is basically a soulmate situation happening here, and a lot of joy. Overall, yes. I mean, there's so much talking about a soulmate connection, so I'm gonna talk about that first. We have 19. 19 for me, like numerology wise, that is like Prince and Princess of Heaven. This is your divine counterpart coming in. We have the unicorn. If you have listened, where is it? There. If you have listened to me before, you know that unicorns and peacocks are my indicator that a soulmate connection is near, is in the essence around you, or has actually just entered your life. So yes, that is happening. Today, though, I feel as strong because we have this 44. We have this moving, and with the hybrid here and the deep knowing, peace from surrendering, and transformation through the divine feminine, dropping down in your heart. When this comes out, to me, that today, yes, we can't neglect that the fact that a soulmate connection is there. I just feel like today this very much represents sheer joy. I think you're going to come into like a very happy place, very content and happy place in your life. The sun is the happiest, like the happiest card. If we have the most spiritual card, is this. If we have the happiest card, it's the sun. Life is wonderful. Thrive through the power of positive thinking and inspiring success. Although we don't really want to do like a positive thinking, we want to have like a positive heart. We want to drop down in the heart and just feel it out. It's two purple borders, so it's talking about that spiritual growth there, spiritual connection. Wow. What else? That just flew out there. Chop wood. Number 42. So 4, there's another 4 there again. Capricorn had strong 4 indication in their reading as well. If you're drawn somewhat or in some way to Capricorn, maybe you should check that reading out. What is that expression? Kick the bucket? Kick the bucket. Isn't that when you die? I'm getting the expression kick the bucket. I see those buckets there and I hear kick the bucket. So it just, yeah, wow. It speaks so much about, like, I see this, this thingy that has like a face in it, and the eyes are closed. And I get that up until this point, maybe you have been sweeping some stuff under the rug, meaning maybe you haven't really dealt with heartfelt matters. Maybe you haven't dealt with certain things that has really gotten to you. Like, it doesn't have to be like just, yesterday or even a year ago. This could be like a lifelong situation for you that you have just swept things under the rug and not really, almost not believing in dealing with the stuff, but sort of thinking that you're such a hard-knocked, because you're such a thinker and because you're such a, right now, you're not such a thinker otherwise. I mean, I'd say if we should generalize the Aquarius sign, it's like you probably are very much like, yes, you're thinking a lot and strategizing, is that what it's called? And like making plans and organizing stuff, but from the most brilliant ideas, from the most innovative ideas. Like the Aquarius is like the trailblazer. It's like you want to go where nobody else has ever gone before. That's typical Aquarius. And there's something about like whatever problem arises, it's like you almost haven't believed in dealing with it. It's like, oh, that old crap, it doesn't bother me. I'm just gonna let bygones be bygones. And that's good to the point where you actually believe that for real and you actually don't revisit that vibration ever again. But in this case, I feel like there is something about your heart, as it, if you were never to address it again. It's interesting and it's quite yucky, the analogy that I'm going to use, but so over Christmas we had like, I don't know what, rice, I guess you would say, if I directly translated it from Swedish, it would be like rice porridge made out of rice. Maybe you have like rice pudding or something like that, and it was sitting in this pot, and it has been sitting in the fridge, and actually haven't paid attention to it. And then today, as I was looking for something else on this shelf, I was like, oh my God, there sits the pot behind those glass jars that I haven't seen. And man, that's going to be quite nice. So that's like 2 weeks that it has been sitting there. I'm sorry for the gross analogy here. As I opened the lid, it wasn't too bad. It really wasn't too bad. But as I started to flush it out, the stuff that has got like that was stuck on the bottom started to like really give off this really bad smell. So at first glance, and actually, I mean, it's somewhat a crappy analogy because eventually that stuff in there would have really turned gross and it eventually would have started to smell. But you get the idea. It's such a crappy analogy and such a yucky analogy. I do apologize. But it's like at first glance, and if you just looked at it, and actually if I didn't touch it, it looked quite good. But the minute I started to stir around in there, it was like, ugh. The smell was just, ugh, not nice. And it's the same feeling here. If you could have like never touched your heart again, if you weren't going through this like transformation and ascension with your heart right now, you probably wouldn't have gotten that bad smell. You could have maybe left it untouched. Like if you really, really, really can leave a vibration untouched and never to visit it again, you can sort of get away with it. You can move on to other things and really focus so hard on this new place that the new place is the only thing that matters. You really can. That's why traditional, man, I'm going to get stuff for this, but that's why traditional psychotherapy doesn't really work. Because we keep talking about the problem. We keep talking about the problem. We keep talking about the problem. And even though people say that they have moved forward and it has helped them so much, how many years have you spent in psychotherapy? You know, because the minute that we revisit a vibration, we actually activate it again. Do we have to talk about it some? Yes. Do we have to deal with it? Yes. Do we have to move the vibration to a better place and heal it and solve it and look at it? Yes. But once that's done, we have to move on. If it has never been touched, if it has never been looked at, and you now are ascending your heart like I feel like you are, I feel like the heart is going to have a little bit of a run for its money, because it's like we can't sweep it under the rug anymore. You have to look at it. It's like you being, I'm using new expressions here that I don't usually use. Maybe that's because it's Aquarius. You're getting through the ring of fire. You're getting through the ring of fire. So maybe you're feeling like you have a little mini Phoenix rising situation. Like most people would have like a Phoenix rising situation over the years. Like we would have like a Phoenix rising over a period of time, and we would understand like coming out of it on the other side of it that we had a Phoenix rising situation. It's like you were doing a Phoenix rising in 2 days. You really jam it in there. You just really are feeling it. That's we're walking into death here. Where there's an expiration date, like it wasn't that rice pudding. There's a clear expiration date, and it's like, okay, it has expired. We have that releasing. We have this surrendering and the transformation of 13, like we're transforming from death to life. Kick the bucket. I didn't say this fully. So number 2 there also is the communication and conversation in relationships. And if we add those up, we have a number 6, which is the connection in with your inner being. No, they don't need a clarification for that, so I'm just going to move on. What else for Aquarius, please? I love this. So we have 12 and we have 20. Imagine, and so I'm going to start with the one that came out first. This is so death leading to life. a change in the wind, and it's like whatever we've done before, it has been very black and white. It has been very organized. This is 12. This is all about the masculine. It's order and structure and planning, and maybe even a time frame, like maybe even a time plan for certain things to be achieved within certain, you know, that's like out the window. You could literally be moving house, but I feel like this is you. I see this house being dissolved. Like we're starting to, like, at the foundation. Do you see the foundation is crumbling? And the more and more the house is like blowing off. It's the roof is coming off. We can see that this whole house is like starting to crumble. And so whatever was built on structure, on this very much like, this is right, this is wrong, this is good, this is bad, this is how it's done, this is how it's not done, like this very typical, no gray areas whatsoever, very, very much in your mental mind, like very much in your intellect. The house that you built on this, the inner knowing, the inner being that you built on this, a little bit emotionless, I have to say, Aquarius, a little bit emotionless, is coming crumbling down. And we see this now. There's a great change. I want to say you like almost like a rebirth situation happening here. Yeah, changing the wind for sure. And then having this Imagine coming out after with number 20. And I say 20, yes, we just came out of that year, 2020. And I say that probably was a little wake-up call for a lot of people. Like it was a huge awakening happening during this 2020 because of a lot of stuff. Let's just put it that way. 20 numerology wise is like it's just my 2.0 version. So it's like a 2.0. That's your upgrade, that upgrade of yourself. And so that happened for you as well. I feel you started to wake up during 2020, and now we're fine-tuning. Now we're like coming into the really detailed stuff. This is like I see this like a new dawn emerging. You're coming up with a new. This is like having a show, putting on a show, like the star Aquarius having this grand show. It's almost like a little bit of Michael Jackson, like coming up from the ground up with that glove, with that hand up from the floor, and then starts the show. It's very grand. It's a time for great imagining exactly how you want it to be. The old is coming crumbling down, and it's time to imagine the new. To just completely imagine your new life. We're going to clarify this. Whatever wants to come out around those two cards, please. Yeah. So it's like we get one for the coming crumbling down, and then we have one for the Imagine. Really beautiful. So 3 of Michael. 3 in itself is speaking about joy and celebration and creativity. This is where definitely you're heading. I see this black heart. It's not a black heart. It's just shaped like that out of the trees, but it sort of makes up for a black heart. That is like one side of the wing, one side of the life is a black heart, and on the other side we have this white dove. So it's like we go from this sadness into this most beautiful releasing of the old and releasing of the darkness. There's been some tough times, definitely. It's just showing there's, we're leaving the grief and the sorrow behind. Release the past. You will grow from the situation. Time heals all wounds. And that's what we also have with this beautiful 13. Release the past. There's a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. So exact words, release the past. Like, yes, you haven't been wanting to look at it, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now when your heart is ascending, it's still there because you haven't let it go. You've just swept it under the rug. It's still there and you never dealt with stuff. And so, or certain things, maybe you know exactly what this is about. And so we have a situation here now where you need to let go of the past. Like we're healing and the old life is coming crumbling down. So it might even be a little bit of a grief situation for you. Like 2 days of feeling a lot of grief and then actually just really moving on, because it's just about releasing. And once it's released, it's released. And then with this Imagine card, we have divine guidance. There's a number 5 there. So we speak about great opportunity for change here. And you're being divinely guided right now. Like you're being put on this path. We have the hybrid situation. We have the deeper knowing happening. We have the moving on up higher. And then with the 44, talking about peace and the sun. It's like the ultimate happiness, really. And time to really enjoy yourself. Time to really create whatever it is that you want to create. And you're doing that at the same time as you have divine guidance. Like divine guidance is really stepping in now to put you on the path that you truly, truly want to be on. Okay? I'm going to end the reading there and move on into the extended. So if you feel like you resonate with this story, then you're so welcome to the extended. The link to that is in the description box down below. If not, thank you so much for watching, Aquarius, and I hope to see you back soon. Take care, guys.